Good afternoon, beautiful souls. This is Little Fang Tarot. I am working on a client reading today. So this will be the Cat's Cross, which is my version of the Celtic Cross. Go ahead and light some incense. Clear the space a little bit here. Alright, so this is a reading for a relationship or a hopefully upcoming relationship, and we will take a look at what we can see in this version. I am using my Pagan Cats Tarot, in which case I use this deck with reversals, which I don't tend to do with any of my other decks, but I've been reading this deck for most of my tarot career, and I have a very certain way of doing it. So anyways, shuffle while we meditate on the energies. Pull up the reading information really quick. I hope that I'm not talking too low. Help me figure out if I will meet someone soon and something about him any advice wanting to work on to bring him closer. Okay. So I hope you have some tea, some coffee, wine, your preference. Sit down, enjoy this video. This is a long spread, and I am going to attempt to get down to the very details that I see in these cards. I'm going to shuffle a few more times for good measure. You might be done shuffling again. Starting to give me a hard time. Alright. Got you at the present. Challenge. Past. Future. What's on your mind? Not a lot of room for the spread on here. Your subconscious. Okay. Advice. External influences. Hopes and fears, and the final outcome. All right. Yeah, I apologize. There's not a lot of room for this spread on my mat here. All right. I'm going to take a look and see what overall energies I am gleaning off of this right in the present moment. Make sure we're still recording. All right. So I am seeing quite a few cups. 1, 3, the cups, that's a good sign. Cups are the relationship, the emotional cards. And then we have 2 wands, passion. Got a pentacle. Okay, so this is the only pentacles on here? Oh yeah, we have 3 wands, sorry. This is more grounded energy, foundations, financial, but that doesn't really count in this reading, so I use it more as physical. We have a few majors. We have the Star here, we have the Devil, we have the Empress. So those can be good signs, and we will take a look at that. So in the present moment, scoop these a little bit. We have you as the Knight of Wands. This is you. You're going out and you're seeking things out. You're seeking out your passions. You're looking to where you want to be. You are in motion. You're trying to make things happen, pretty much. And the wands being the fiery energy, so you are trying to manifest a relationship here. You're trying to make things happen, as I said. But what's blocking you? We have the 4 of Cups. You haven't quite found anything that you're interested in yet, and while it's reversed, I almost get the sense that these people that you have been seeing here in the past weren't right. They weren't quite there completely, as you've told me already. And so there's old turtle there. Turtles take things slow. This cat really disinterested in having any more cups. So you're almost hit your limit. While you're doing this, the thing blocking you is your despair. You're almost ready to quit this because you're so frustrated. You feel that you're not gonna get anywhere with relationships. And I understand that feeling. I understand that all these blows that you've been dealt have been really painful. So this disinterest is really weighing on you right now. So we've got the past. So in the past, you knew exactly what you wanted. You're ready to make it happen. You were seeking out something grounded, and this could also show what you felt in some of the past relationships before they went sour. You felt that you had something. You felt that you were grounded and ready, and things were improving. So this is the 7 of Pentacles, where, in case you can't see it, this cat's tending to its garden and, making things grow, making things work for them. And that's where you were. You were ready to reap the benefits of a successful relationship. However, that did not go very well. I'm trying to see if we see anybody in here for you, and we will find that out towards the end here. So we have a future card here, 8 of Wands. And this is the card where things are moving. It's kind of like the card where you're at, but things are progressing in the future. Sometimes this card can mean travel. So I get the impression that you're gonna move out of your comfort zone a little bit and see what you can find elsewhere. So I would just to progress this here, I would take a look into ways of dating that you've not considered before. I don't know if they still do them, but those little 5-minute dates on a rotation, something fun. Meet people at events, meet people at, travel out to go find somebody. And do not be afraid of long distance relationships. They can work out. I'm a personal success. I won't go into that, but do not rule those out. But I see you breaking the boundaries and going way out, if that makes sense. So we have what's on your mind right now. You are definitely afraid of you're afraid of being what's the word I'm looking for? Having your heart broken by somebody deceiving you. You are really terrified of that right now. When I have my reversals like this, it's more internal in a sense. So you are feeling that fear deeply, that you're just gonna be broken again, that you're gonna be the devil is the deceiving card, that things aren't always what they seem, that you're being tricked, and based on the experiences you had with your past relationships, I understand this fear. So this is weighing heavily on your mind right now. Your subconscious is the stars, so subconsciously you're still hopeful. That's a good sign. You have a lot of hope in you. The star is like the guiding light, the North Star. You follow the stars, you can find your path. It's wonder. I say this is pure hope card. So even though you're fearful of being broken again, you still have that glimmer of hope deep inside of you. I want you to reach in and pull it up here. Bury this. If you go through your relationships constantly in fear, it could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I want you to try to bring your positive side to the forefront. So these cards over here are gonna see more of what's going on now, the future, and advice. And these are probably the cards that you were mostly waiting for. But this gives us an overall outlook towards the event at hand, the issue at hand. So we've got advice card. Don't be afraid to step out. Let me turn this right side up. Don't be afraid to step out into the unknown. It's reversed, so I get the sense that you're staying close to your home, and the advice is to not be afraid to push those boundaries. The Eight of Cups. So you had these cups and you're comfortable. You're comfortable with the emotional side of things as you're closer to home, but there's a hesitation. What lies out there? What's out there? What can be found if you're willing to adventure a little bit further? So once again, sorry, I love that moon. Once again, I feel you're being told to break your boundaries, get out of that comfort zone, and really see what's out there, because there are so many people, and I feel that everyone has at least one person that's right for them, and they are potentially looking for you too right now. So boop, gotta go check things out. Got the external influences. So externally, you see everyone around you with their loving partners. They're having kids. They're happy. Why aren't you happy? Sorry. So make sure that you're doing this for yourself, that you're not being pressured by people around you to into needing to find someone, needing to have family, having kids, social pressures. Think about that for a little bit. So I don't think this is the case with you, but you want to kind of check yourself just in case. Think about your life right now. I apologize if you can hear the phone in the background. Okay, so here we get into the real hopes and fears. The Seven of Wands. I see you going out and you're standing your ground. And perhaps you go and decide to ask this office guy if he would get with you, or, you know, go out to dinner, go on a date. But once again, you're afraid of everything backfiring. You're hoping the fire sign, passion, you're hoping that things are going to work out. But you're afraid of everything else. These are all like the past things that have, the past relationships that are fighting at you right now. So that's what you're fearing. And I'm seeing this trend all through the spread here of that similar fear. Now, the final outcome. I'm going to go into these a little bit more detail and see what I can glean from them outside of the meanings that I just went through. So hold tight. This is that final outcome. So this is the Empress, and she's reversed. So internally, I feel that you're going to be completely satisfied with where you're going to be after you do these advice, get out, work on yourself a little bit. If that makes sense. You're going to be, so the Empress, I'm sorry, this is not the Empress, this is Strength, which is even better. I was like, wait a second, this doesn't look right. No, this is Strength. And I feel that's even better right now because you are feeling that internal strength. You're going to feel more determined. You're going to feel more positive is not the word I'm looking for. I cannot think of the word I'm looking for, but you are going to be consider that this dog is your fears, but you have conquered them. So in the end, you'll be able to conquer your inner fears, which is this devil up here. You'll be able to conquer that. And you'll be strong-minded and ready to move forward. And based on the cards that I've kind of seen so far in here, I'm seeing good energy for the relationship because of the cups, not just the cups. So what I like to do is, aside from the spread, I like to see what I'm taking in mostly intuitively. So let's pretend the spread, no spread, all right? It's not even a spread anymore. In a few moments, I want to pull out, take notice of this card. This was reversed. Take notice of this card. this one was leading up to this one. You are finding the cups that you seeked out. You are finding that romance. Now, the spread doesn't really give me any hints as to who this person is. Not quite. But if you forget that this card is you, because this also can represent a person. The Knight of Wands can represent a man with that fiery, passionate energy. So, do you know anybody like that? Consider that for a moment. Maybe this person in your office. Is he the passionate sort? Who is maybe a little bit impulsive? Excited to get things done? I like how the fire in here leads down into here. There's a lot of this fire energy, but it's being cooled off by this. So there's a little bit of fire in the star card here, but the water is mostly cooling off the temper in here. So a cooling energy, so you'll be feeling more calm, that you're ready to take on the world here, the world of dating. Got these cups here. They are kind of, since this card was originally blocking this one, these ones are spilling out into here. So with this card representing you, you could choose to stay into this fiery state of mind, which can be dangerous, or you can let yourself cool off the energy, take a moment to relax and think about what it is you really need. Focus on the hope that you see down here to take down those energies there. I want you to pull back from the past of the abundance that you felt. Remember those good feelings and bring them to the future as you go seeking out what it is you're seeking. Sorry, I'm reading through your question one more time. So mostly the advice I'm getting for you, as I've said it before, and I'm just going to keep repeating it, is to get out of your comfort zone. You have the strength here to overwhelm your opponents here, whatever those opponents may be, your inner demons, or other people that have caused you harm in the past that are getting to you mentally and emotionally. Knock them out like that. You know, pull that strength. You are strong. You are emotionally strong. You're able to conquer those inner demons. These cards down here are pouring out here. So they're pouring out off here. They're pouring out so that you're getting rid of all the energy from past relationships, and so you're not really missing them, which is good. You're already on that path of healing. But dump out all those previous things and go out into the unknown, because you are not going to know what is out there unless you are willing to push yourself just a little bit more. I get the feeling from these that the guy for you is out there. He is not currently in your inner circle. He's not currently in your inner vicinity. As far as you know where your life is right now, maybe not, I don't quite mean locally. They could be somebody that's still in the city, but don't be afraid to push further, perhaps a lot further. So I hope that this has answered some of your questions. You might be having more questions. I do have the intuitive spreads available, so I could just toss cards and we can go through it intuitively. The thing with the Celtic cross here, or the cat's cross as I call it, is that it's set positions. And so I read them in those positions, and then I read them a little bit outside of those positions like I just did. And if you would like, I also have the live reading, so we can schedule time together and really sit back and forth and go through these cards together. And sometimes the back and forth with an intuitive spread is really beneficial, because then you can get your questions out and I can relay information. So I'm going to take a picture of the spread once I put it back to where it was, and I will email that to you as well so that you have a reference. And sometimes if you look at the cards yourself, you start to see patterns, and you start to see perhaps you have found another message for yourself within the cards. And that happens. That can happen a lot. So please look through the cards that I email you. Watch this video. Watch it again. And please email me with any extra questions you might have regarding these cards and this reading. And I'll be more than happy to work with you to understand any little section here, or if you're sensing something different from one of these cards that's currently playing in your life, please let me know. And with that, I wish you the best. Thank you so much for your reading. I will post my links in the video description for anyone else who would like to have a reading. And I wish you many blessings.